She is here. I let her. Hold
Just
on.
hello everyone, welcome. January 18, a Miracle Sunday call. And I love this quote. I always like to bring this back to memory. If you guys remember, I didn't come to teach you, I came to love you, and love will teach you. This book, Ancient Secrets, calls where all the tools that, to have an abundant life and prosperous can have it. So we're going to open with Robin is going to read the disclaimers for us first.
Oops, what did I just do? Oh, now can you hear me?
Yeah.
Um, Welcome to our miracle call. The disclaimer is, of course, the information shared on this call is intended for educational purposes only and is not meant to diagnose or treat any medical or emotional condition. Please see the medical disclaimer in the beginning pages of the book, Ancient Secrets of Master Healer, or on the official website, myancientsecrets.com, and always talk to your doctor before making any health-related changes.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you. Yes, it's always important to remember that. So I want to ask, please put in the chat, where are you watching this call from? And if anyone new would like to know, you don't need to speak if you don't want, just put in the chat and where are you watching this call from. So our quote for this day, I like that first quote because it sinks deeply with me. But the quote of the day today and the subject of this call will be, there is a fountain of youth. Learn to tap this source. You will truly have defeated age. That's from Sophia Loren, The Six Keys of Siddha Veda and the Two Keys of Success. So we will be talking about today how can we use, some of the tools that we can use ancient secrets to tap on that unlimited source of youth. And I think everybody pretty much can grasp a little bit of, understand what I'm talking about. So I want to ask you, aside of that, I want to ask you to put also in the chat, what do you do to raise our vibration? When when we have those moments and kind of navigate some tough waves. So I want to ask you, what do you do? Do you get aware of something that you can do? I know most of, I mean, a lot of us here that knows the ancient secrets can quickly do a marma, can quickly, change your way of thinking at the moment, that programming. But what do you do? Let's see if someone, okay. Meditate. Lynn says meditate, release, reframe. That's great. That's one of the things I do. I sit down quietly, I observe, dance or meditate. That's Ariola. Dance is awesome, right, Ariola? It really changes our vibration. Breath work.
Mm-hmm. Sing, playing music, dance, laugh, giving food to unknown people, the marmas to embrace myself. I call others to uplift and focus on the good. Pray, meditate, listen to music, feed my kitties, myself.
That's awesome. Because loving yourself, isn't it really also one way to tapping on this unlimited source of youth? Loving yourself, all of that we do is about loving ourselves, right? So I like to read this really quick, and then after this, we're gonna go for something special we prepare here for this call. Tapping in the fountain of youth, it can embrace everything we do in our lives, from the daily routine diet, sleep, physical activities, the way we are wired or programmed to think, how we react or respond to events and experiences in life. But wait a moment. Do I need to understand all of this so I can have a health life and tap into the source of youth? Do you think we really need to know all? I believe that may be true, but only for a certain degree. I believe our intentions, not only the intention for what we want for the day, but the intention for my life, my community, for the world. It does not mean I will do everything I can possibly dream of. If I have an intention and I take whatever steps towards it, even if no one sees it, I can bring it to life. Even little by little, I can create a ripple effect. I may or may not see the ripple effect, but it is there. Even if my mind only believes what I see, the love and trust that comes from the heart is a powerful knowing, the one that can move mountains, where all of this connects to ancient secrets of a master healer. This book delivers to us the simple tools for us to align to what we really are. And I believe that we all deep inside, we have this knowledge, we have the necessary knowledge to have a prosperous and healthy life. And in order to uncover our own power from the depths, we have at easy access the ancient secrets brought in this book. And one of the many tools, like the marmas, we'll be looking at some marmas today, that help us to remember who we really are. And our purpose to help us connect even more with the power of our hearts and to uncover what we want. So with that, just would like to know if I have Susan and Joseph in the call can bring an expected, I didn't say that, but you know, the memory marma. So would you please bring the memory marma and talk a little bit about it?
Well, Dr. Naram did it mostly on his left hand, and it's at the base of the thumb right here. And he did it that way because he would write with his right hand, and he always had a journal. And so when he would write things down, he would press this point with either the index finger or the long finger, or you can do it with your other hand, and pushing that point 6 times enhances your memory. So if you're not writing, you could actually do it with both hands. And or I suppose if you write with your left hand, you could always do it on your right hand. But it's the point right here at the base of the thumb where it meets your hand. So 6 times you push it, and this, thank you for having a wonderful, wonderful mind and memory that remembers all the important things that I need to know.
That's wonderful. Joseph, Carol once told me that was thought very interesting. That's why, I asked you to do that, because Carol said that this marma works for our memory that we use, but also for our deeper memory to remember who we are, and our purpose. So I thought this was like very cool, because you work different things at the same time when you're doing this marma. Did you ever see anything about Dr. Naran saying about that?
I have not seen Dr. Naram with that, but I kind of maybe made up one of my own around that from Rabbi, forget it's there, but there's a point right here below your nose on the upper lip.
He's in the book.
And yes, he's in the book. Told the legend, the story, if you will, of when we are born, the angel taps with the golden hammer right here to erase, all of our knowledge and memories of our past lives and where we've come from and all that. So we start anew. So this marma is known for bringing calm and peace to us at deep levels. So I kind of combine those stories and have felt that doing this marma brings us calm because it actually gets us in touch at deeper levels of who we really are, where we have come from, and what our soul and meaning is all about. And that is a very calming, peaceful thing. So I would say marmas are multi-leveled, and many points have multiple applications. And so that was my take on it.
Thank you. I agree to that. First, when I shared this, because some people may do marmas and feel, oh, nothing is happening. First, when I started doing marmas, I was like, okay, let's continue doing, right? But it took a while because it's a centering thing. You sit down, you take the time for you, giving yourself love. I cannot just do the marmas driving or anything unless I'm very calm and I'm moving. I can focus on that. But the ideal is to sit down, take a deep breath, give yourself a minute and then focus on the intention for the marma. And this will develop with time. For months, I did not feel anything. But after a while, I started understanding what I was doing, taking the time to do the marma. It was much deeper. And then it's like a button, right? That is there rusted, and you start exercising that. And it's beautiful. I would like to know, is there anyone here that have a quick, like a 1-minute story about a marma and a marma experience that you had that you want to share? You can raise your hand if you want, or you can just unmute and speak. Katie?
Had to find the unmute. So there's one that Carol has taught several times, that the self-love marma that's on your right earlobe 6 times. You can also do it with both hands, but the one that really goes to that. She also said that if you cross your arms and do your earlobes and squat at the same time, that is for panic and like big anxiety. And when this was a few years ago, we got a call that our son had been bitten by a bat in the Grand Canyon on a river trip and had to be helicoptered out. And I immediately did that and some breathing. And then I could okay, then I could handle it. Like, here's what we need to do next. So that's a good one.
Thank you, Katie. I never heard of anyone being bitten by a bat, but that must be, for a parent, I can imagine how you feel and how good the marma is. When we... Is that something?
Hi, sweetie.
When we had a situation and rather than stay on that panic or stay on that sadness or stay on that loop, we can break the loop using the ancient secrets. All we have to do is to remember, right? And if you don't remember, use this marma. I play with Carol all the time, like, how is the memory marma, Carol? And then she's like, okay, thank you so much, Katie. That was great. I would like to bring here, because of the subject of this call today, we will have Shifra. We have done on the last few calls. There is no one new in this call today, is that right? Or yes? So if some of you were, or all of you were in the last 1 or 2 calls.
It looks like somebody's raising their hand. They might be new. Oh, no, Jet, we've seen you before.
Jet?
Yeah, I've been here, but it was a long time ago, and it was like once or twice. So I don't know if I'm still. I don't know. I think I'm still new.
Well, I didn't want to call you out, but I did want to say welcome, and I'm really happy to see you here.
Thank you so much.
Like that. Thank you. So the last one or two calls, we had the intentions, and because it's New Year, and a lot of people read their intentions. Dr. Clint was reading some of the people's intentions in the next call, and I thought it was really, really nice and important because ancient secrets involve a lot of intention, right? When I sit to do a marma, I have an intention. When I take the time to take my herbs, or when I'm reading the book, or when I consult in the book, anytime that we need, we have a situation and we have a need, we have an intention, right? So I thought it was important to continue giving some good intention to the intentions. And Shifra is coming with some great intentions today, that she always have good intentions, but today she will actually bring it to the call, some of them. And it's not the first time. If some of you remember, a long time ago, she did it. But Shifra, would you like to come in and share?
Just a short intention right now, and the rest later. Yes, I'm understanding that correctly.
No, you can bring it on. Yes.
Bring it on. Okay. So my intention is to have all of the prayers and wishes and desires and dreams of our hearts, that they should come through, true and through, and that they shall be made a lived reality, the love of this community and of all the people here. And I'm also, and I send this love embrace to us all, and I'm asking us to remember that this weekend we're honoring the memory of and the vision of Dr. Martin Luther King and Coretta, who tried to make this world so much better. Now I want to know, can you all see me? Yes? Yep. Okay. So I am here to take all of the beautiful dreams, blessings, the poetic expressions that we've heard the last few weeks, and to take all of those dreams and the ones we may not have spoken, to allow something so magnificent to be awoken, for something new to be born within us all, starting in our hearts and extending into our families and community and country and world and cosmos, a kind of cosmic kiss, especially on this birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King. The love that he embodied and that Coretta embodied, that is the only queen or king we need. And because this is a new year, we're going to see this as a shofar, though it is a clarinet. And so we are calling upon the great divine, however we call it, the great love that is so big. We are calling upon that. We are calling upon that love and upon that grace note. We are calling upon that amazing grace. Each and every one here to embrace, and our whole country and world. love's banner to unfurl for every boy, girl, and in between. We want to remember the dream, and I am wearing butterflies for transformation, embracing us all in butterfly transformation, regeneration. And we want to imagine a great flame of love that melts away any fear and gives us good cheer, that melts away any ice in our hearts, any ice in our communities, our streets, anywhere in this country, that melts even ice with a tremendous love, because everyone who comes to this call is welcome. No one is alien. No one is illegal on this earth. And so we have a rebirth of a welcome for all, a love for all, like Dr. King, a freedom call. We are channeling his spirit, and we have all the spirits of us here clear. And this beauty and love and goodness that was embodied by someone in Minneapolis, Renee Good. Let that goodness fill us, however we understand goodness. Let that goodness fill our hearts so that love starts, so that we embody and be love. And that love be the kind of love that gives people beautiful homes, enough food to eat, both spiritually and physically, emotionally, that we embody, that we have the health that we need from the ancient secrets, the love. We remember that unbelievable love that is so big that it is beyond our comprehension, and it embraces the whole world. It embraces the children in Nepal. It embraces all the people of Nepal. It embraces the people in the Philippines, so there can be a reconstruction dream. It goes all the way to Gaza, to Israel, and we have a palace of love in our hearts so that an unimaginable peace starts, that it goes everywhere there is war, whether in our hearts or anywhere on this earth, Ukraine, Russia, Sudan, Haiti, so that our whole world and our whole country is free, and that all the beauty that is in us comes alive, and there is a way for all life on this planet to thrive. And so that all the chains, inner and outer, all the prisons melt away into a prism of color, and everyone, everywhere is safe, protected, lovingly insurrected, and free, and free, and free, eternally. Let freedom ring. Let love sing. Let justice and peace and mercy and compassion and goodness and homes and art and beauty sing, 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 sing. Together with me, know these words, all of our words are creative beyond belief. So we can have relief and relief, the tree of life for all the people, for all the leaders, so-called, all the true leaders. And we can make a heaven in our hearts and extend that everywhere with care and dare not to despair, but to be the love we are and send it everywhere And again, with me sing, let freedom ring, let freedom ring, let love, peace, justice, healing ring of liberty and liberation and love made real. I sing, we sing. Thank you. Let freedom ring.
That's wonderful, Shifra. Thank you so much. Let's put our hands together and share back to Shifra some of those beauties.
Abracadabra, Shifra, abracadabra.
So it is said it will be.
Abracadabra.
That was wonderful. Shifra, I must share with you that since you did that first time, I said, I think her power lies a lot on her prayers, on her magic, on her intentions. I think you become powerful when you embrace that, when you vest that. Now, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Shifra. Now, we are going to tap back because I'm going to read it one more time. There is a fountain of youth. Learn to tap this source. You will truly have defeated age. And with many of the ancient secrets tools to help us tap in our youth, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, we have many tools. And one of them we want to recap again because I think it's useful for a lot of women, and I think there is one for men too. I'm not sure about that, but
yes, there is.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Grazi, for those that don't know me. And I'm here to share about one of the ancient secrets that Jivaka taught his students until he got to Dr. Naran in this unbreakable, beautiful lineage that we study with. And that's the Amarapali formula. The Amarapali formula, it's mentioned in the book a few times, and you can even go to YouTube and search for Dr. Naram Amarapali, where he talks about women going through menopause, 56, already 3 years or 6 years without their period, and they still have their dream, their intention, their desire to give birth, to create new life within them, and they go to Dr. Naram and ask about it, and Dr. Naram doesn't promise anything, but he does promise that if a person has faith, intention, and it goes with the herbs, she will receive a level of bliss and radiance. She will receive a level of vitality, well-being that will be present in her body, and that could bring back their period so they get pregnant. So he presents a few situations of women in different countries that he helped, and they did give birth to a child past their 50s, and it was so beautiful. And when I first learned about this formula was back in 21, when I was doing the 100-day course, and I believe in that period, we even had Saimad join one of our calls, and we talked about the formula. And then Daniel was totally in the herbs, so he tried to make it just the recipe. And I was like on the easy style, like, let me just buy from on the Ancient Secrets. So I bought the capsules and I bought the liquid form. And I took, not necessarily being present, like observing differences, because I was already in a good flow, like my diet was good, everything was good. I just brought that in to create more well-being. And today, as I was reading back some passages in the book, I was telling Danny before we started the call, I was like, now I know. I go back to certain pictures at this phase, 2021, 22, and I had a glow that I can notice on the picture, like, what was that about? I know I was happy, like things were finally, the cloud was leaving, I could see the sky again. So there were many reasons where I can understand a level of peace that was being present in my life that I missed for a good while. But there was a radiance. Then I'm like, that was the Amrapali that I was taking, like I just connected. And since last year, I've been facing some premenopausal different symptoms. And every time I tell Danny about it, like how I feel, or the night sweats, or the mood, whatever, he's like, Amrapali, are you taking Amrapali? I'm like, no. And then like this call happens and I'm like contacting again with the recipe, you know? And I'm like, oh man, that's what I need right now. That's what my body needs right now, you know, to feel that level of radiance and vitality. Because when, if we understand, like physiologically, when our hormones are in balance, we are a whole different creature as a woman, you know? And when it's not, those that live with one know as well, like how challenging it can be, not for everybody, but for me personally, it is. And to remember that this formula is here present and I can bring that into my life again and create the level of ease and radiance and peace for my house. You know, it's like, yes, they came back in it came back in the right time. So I just wanted to share that. I asked Cornelia because I found the video and there is like seconds where he shares the actual recipe. So I invite all my friends, women that are, you know, wanting to bring that more vitality. And even if you're facing harder symptoms, like go to the book, read again and get inspired to bring that to your life, you know, because the quality of sleep, diet, marmas, herbs, you know, like it just builds on itself. The system becomes sustainable. And it's by law, we generate health. We generate this. So if all the pieces are aligned, the recipe is here just to keep on, you know, bringing the radiance to everything that we do, to all of our intentions, and everybody wins like that. So if Cornelia has the video, that'll be great to share. If not, I'll put it in the chat as well. Thank you.
That was great. Thank you. Yeah, we men, we benefit a lot when the woman takes a Rapali.
No sound.
And it's at minute 1:30. It goes straight to the recipe. Because you can do it at home. I don't think right now. Yeah, I don't think right now we are.
Namaskar. I am Dr. Pankaj Naram. You are welcome to Dr. Naram's Ancient Healings, which can help you to heal deeper and deeper. Today, we are going to take a very powerful subject, which is disturbing majority of women who are going towards 45, 50 and 55. Premature menopause or premenopause or menopause. Believe it or not, Geeta Pandya, she was 51-year-old and had gone to menopause 6 years ago. According to her understanding, in her family, everybody got periods up to 52, 53. And she went for second marriage and she wanted a child. To get a child, she wanted her periods back. Somebody told her, why don't you go to Dr. Naram? She comes to me and says, can you help me to come out of menopause? This was my first case 25 years ago. I had no courage to say, I give you a guarantee. I only said, I will do my best and then let God decides what's possible. Ajwain powder 1 teaspoon. Ajwain powder 1 teaspoon. Suadana, dil seed powder 1 teaspoon. Fennel 3 teaspoon. And good means jaggery 1 teaspoon. Cow's ghee half teaspoon. Mix everything together and take it first thing in the morning. I told to Geeta. And Geeta started taking first thing in the morning. Within 3 months, nothing happened. Then I said, make it 2 times. First in the morning, 1 in the evening. And also I gave her herbal remedies, some more home remedies diet, lifestyle and Marma. Believe it or not, she was 52 years old and she started getting periods regularly. I was the happiest person on this planet because I saw this ancient healing system works. And also I told her to do this Marma. From here, 3 fingers, this is the Marma. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 times a day. I invite you to share this video to as many people as possible, as many women as possible, and make a contribution and get blessings which cannot be counted in terms of any terms. I invite you to send me your burning questions about your health challenges, where you want to get a healing deeper and deeper. I love you all. Namaskar.
I just want to share one thing.
Just 1 second. I want to share, yeah, Dr. Naran say, call me because right now he can't anymore, but yeah, you can. But you can also get in contact with Dr. Vinay if you have a burning question about that. I just wanted to share with that because Dr. Vinay is a wonderful, and he has been with Dr. Naran for many, many years. So if you're in need of something and would like to consult with a doctor, you can talk to Dr. Vinay. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the quote from the book that I loved in regards to this is, when you have a burning desire with big faith, commitment, and discipline, then anything is possible. So it's just that friendly reminder that it's all within our decision making, our choices, you know.
So about the monk soup, you know, I love this. I love the ancient secrets because when it came to my life, because I prayed for God, I was having a really hard time, and I found, you know, somehow Dr. Naran and Dr. Clint's TED Talk, and, you know, many of you know the whole story. But I found it, this is like a magic, remembering before, only relying in allopathic medicine that was not helping, that was not able to help me, and then making prayers and finding ancient secrets. This is like magic, right? This is like a faith in faith. Yes, is faith in action. So there are many people nowadays, they still don't know about it. They rely on things that I see the allopathic, the Western medicine as a baby comparing to ancient secrets. Nothing bad about, it's great for emergencies and all that. But I still, for my experience, okay, ancient secrets are deeper and older in ancient medicine that knows a lot more than even my mind can comprehend. So I share whenever I can with someone. When I see someone in need, I share. Some people take it, some people don't. And so the mung soup, we decided to make a mung soup party here last weekend. And I had another picture, but this one here is people in our kitchen. And we had a wonderful time, and people, you know, what a wonderful thing to do during the winter time, you know, a mung soup and get some friends and share that. So I wanted to ask everyone in this call if there was something that you would know, a way to share with someone in need, or an idea to bring it to the community, how we could reach out to more people as well. I know that when people like me, when people really want, really need to find something, a healing, a solution, we go after. But there is people that lose hope sometimes. And knowing that this exists, and we can sometimes be just a bridge to connect to people that is in need of that, so they can know the ancient secrets, is a wonderful thing. So just keep that in mind, and maybe someday, some other call, we will bring some more ideas.
I would like to ask a question. from the woman present here, has any of you have already used the Amrapali, or has any stories to share that you feel called to share with our community today? We want to hear a little bit from you and your experiences with these topics that we are having here today.
Or if you know someone also that had a, an experience and would like to share that, that's okay. Okay. So I saw a hand.
Yes. Go ahead.
Hi, Ariella.
Hi, Devananda. Hi, Graciela. Grazie. How do I say your name?
Grazie.
Grazie. Grazie. Yeah, I actually took it when it first, I remember in the beginning when I joined, they were selling the last of their, at least for what they've probably remade it at this point, but I was into it, taking the liquid and the pills. I did feel great, but all of a sudden I thought, do I really want my period back? So I stopped taking it because I didn't want to have my period again. I felt so good after menopause. You start feeling really good in so many ways. And so, yeah, so I kind of wondered about that. I don't know. Maybe it's still good to take. I still have it and I look at it and I go, maybe that would be really good to take. Can I just take it and feel more youthful with it? And
that's like the protocol for that is like taking twice plus all the other herbs that he recommended to her, as he mentions in the video, for just well-being and
yes,
grace and vitality back in the system. I think it's the one time a day maybe is good.
Yeah, I mean, I seriously think that's a wonderful product, and I think had I been in younger, I would have been taking it just to level out my hormones, because I had a hard time with it. It really altered my personality. And yeah. So I would be taking that. I recommended it to younger women that have hormonal issues. Yeah. So I think it's great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ariella. I see Susan.
Well, actually, this one was me. So there's also another quote in the book that everything is either a medicine or a poison. So going back to the disclaimer, I just want to let people know that everything has an effect on every individual that may be different. And, I took what was supposed to be some really good things for arthritis, glucosamine and chondroitin and MSM, all these things, they're over the counter. They're touted as being such great joint reliefs. And my cholesterol went like over the moon. Okay. And so I stopped and it came right back to normal. So there are things, I've had that experience with different herbs and medicines in my life. So I just would caution people to pay attention, and that just because it's not a prescription Western drug does not mean that it doesn't potentially have powerful effects, which is why, you want to take them because they're helpful, and just be aware. Thank you.
Thank you. And that's a wonderful point, Joseph, because, I consider before ancient secrets, after ancient secrets, like before Christ, after Christ, in my life, that's a point. It's, before knowing ancient secrets, learning any of this, I would only trust the doctor, or the doctor said, that's how I grew up, right? A family doctor, and then whatever the doctor says, that's a kind of law, right? With ancient secrets, with my process, I learned to hear, to listen to my body. I learned almost like it was a new sense. Oh, I know this is not good. This week I was having a lot of sinus, and Grazi asked me, what is it that is causing it, right? And then I noticed yeah, I ate some snacks. I ate some packed food. I ate some sweet. You know, in the winter, I crave a little more. I had my things, and not perfect. And I noticed immediately my body is reacting that way. It's kind of certain inflammation is showing up. So I had known of these senses and understanding before I was gonna take a pill for something or just kill the symptom. And you know, who knows what happens deeper in the body when we only do that. But learning to observe, learning to see what's the effect of something that I'm taking. Even the herbs, is this, you know, it's easing it, it's not easing it. So it's a great thing.
It requires presence, you know, with your body, for you to feel the marma, for you to feel the herbs, for you to feel when you take the mung. You know, it's that subtleness that we start being present and really observe. Dr. Clint talks a lot, like the mung experiment, you know, even these herbs, it is an experiment. But guess who needs to be present to really pay attention and listen to the inside voice or the what's going on, you know? So yes.
Yes, and the monk soup, I remember we did this monk soup, and I tell many friends, and sometimes someone is sick, I would drop off a monk soup to somebody, and they love it. You know, they want to know the recipe. Then I give whatever information they want. It's wonderful. But yeah, and whenever I feel like that, I told also Gracia, oh, I can have 3 days of monk soup, and I will be feeling brand new again. Wonderful. So, like to, if Cornelia has available now, you know, Dr. Giovanni, I think he cannot come to this call, is that right? But we know Cornelia. So we're going to have a video play because also we have a marma for that, right?
For what?
For tapping in the source of youth. So
yes, I'm going to play that now. Give me 1 second.
Like Joseph told me, it's coming from the master.
It's coming from the master, correct. Here we go.
I am Dr. Giovanni Principalli, and I'm going to show you a very powerful, effective marma that Dr. Naram was showing to all of us. And
Can you turn it up a little bit?
Fountain of youth, meaning that with the help of this marma, we can keep
Nope.
our body flexible, we can keep young, we can stay alert and full of joy. So we have to press the point that is in between the wrist and the elbow, just here, in between. And we press multiple of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we can do regularly, so we can do 36 times, 6 per 6, 3 times a day. So we stay young forever. Namaste.
I'm sorry, that video is extremely low and I only got it this morning, so I haven't tested it, and I would have to manipulate it and bring the volume up, unfortunately, which I didn't, so it's very low. But you saw it's the left arm and where he pointed, and it's 6 times 6, and you can do that 3 times a day. Left arm between the elbow crease and the wrist.
So it's like in the middle, Cornelia, like right about here in the middle.
He said between the wrist and the elbow.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
My understanding, it was like midpoint between the wrist and the elbow.
Oh, and in the middle.
That's what yeah, that's kind of what.
And I had one question about the memory marma. I find it hard to press like with my pointer finger or my middle finger. Can you press it like with your thumb? Does that work too?
You can you can either do it this way, that you press with your index finger, or if you can reach around, you can do it this way, or you can just use the other hand as well. But the reason why Dr. Naram did it this way is because he was always writing at the same time or doing something else. So this is his right hand, and then he used it this way. So when you have to write, when you're taking lesson and you write at the same time, you can do it this way. Otherwise, of course, you can do it this way. Susan or Joseph?
No, this is me right now. When I first read, this is me. When I first read the book, one of the things that impressed me most about youthfulness is the whole concept of flexibility. And Dr. Naram said it's flexibility, flexibility in your thinking, flexibility in your body, flexibility with your emotions. Just that whole word flexibility is what keeps you young. And so I just wanted to add that to our conversation. Very good conversation here. Thank you.
Yeah, very important.
Very good.
Reminder.
I learned a lot, and it reminds me a lot of things. And this Marmara will keep it going. Yes.
So when you brought this up to us during the week, it created some thinking in this. And so I was looking into it, and the reality, and scientifically, is many of the cells in our body regenerate, right? They're new, like your skin sloughs on a regular basis. So you think about revitalization, or, you know, staying, if you do a marma that is good for something, like here on your finger, this one is good for skin, or here on your hand, this one is for your kidneys. Think about, well, let's have new youthful cells come in that are vital and fresh, right? I mean, because we do turn over, if you will, our cells turn over and regenerate. So whatever it is that we have in mind, our intention for health in a particular area, with that, we can keep in mind, well, fresh, new, you know, vital youth. So it was a good stimulation for me. I appreciate the lead in. So thanks.
Thank you, Joseph.
I would like just to jump in because there was just a question from Anne-Renee, and also Shifra was asking that what is that mama that Dr. Giovanni and I also just demonstrated. That is actually for use. So to keep your body useful. So that is here on the left arm, that is that for use. And what I wanted to kind of adding on to what Joe just said is that all the cells are regenerating, but they can only replicate in a good way if we feed them the right material, which means in order to be useful, you also have to check what is your diet. So you cannot expect your body to create healthy and really useful cells if you eat junk, just to put it bluntly. So kind of looking what you're taking in, and it's the very same in order to keep your mind useful and your emotions flexible. You also need to kind of pay attention, what are you feeding your mind and what are you feeding yourself in general in order to create healthy emotions. If we are constantly watching negative news, then it's very unlikely that you're kind of actually creating an environment in yourself and around yourself that would actually keep you healthy and young. So it's all about what are we doing on a moment-to-moment basis. And for me, as a body awareness teacher, of course, movement is a big thing, but also diet. After going through the Ayurvedic training, how much influence that has in order to create really healthy cells. So don't expect to be healthy if you don't feed your body what it needs to create healthy, rejuvenated cells. That's my take on it.
And yes, I heard that most of disease starts in the digestive system.
Correct.
Right. So yeah, when I started my treatment, I also had to treat my digestive system. Thank you, Cornelia. That was really good. Did I see anybody else with the hands up? Oh, okay. Because this is about, we brought here to this call today, we brought intentions, prayers, and isn't our intention to remain young, health, flexible? So I want to share a quick story that I saw a video last week and I brought to my kids for us to understand the power of intention and power of prayer, because I think it's almost the same thing. We're visualizing, we're mentalizing, we're wishing something. So last week I saw a video of this guy explaining there was a situation. I think he's a pastor, and he's talking about there wasn't a car accident in a road and a really ugly crash, and a bunch of cars waiting before a traffic jam. So this lady that was involved in the car accident was knocked down unconscious, and she had the near-death experience. And she came out of her body, and she saw her in the car. She saw her body in the car. She saw the cars behind. She could see cars behind and people complaining. She saw people nervous. And like 5 cars behind, she saw a person praying, making a prayer. So the lady was praying for whoever was involved in the car accident. And she would see flashes of lights going up and down from this person that was praying. So, and it, for her, this near-death experience, it took like, it was calm and she was able to move around and see things. So she went back behind the 5th car of this lady that was praying, and she was able to see the car tag, right? And she memorized the car tag. So to make shorter, she went to the hospital, she was revived, and she wrote down the car tag. Months later, she ended up going after and contacting and found about the person who was the owner of that car that was making the prayer. And she contacted the person and explained, look, months ago, I was in a car accident and all that. And the lady confirmed, yes, I was praying. So, and I was praying for whoever was involved in the accident. The lady confirmed that. So they became friends because she also believed that those flashes of light help her, revive her, help her survive in that car accident. So it was a beautiful story. I told my kids, because we do have power sometimes we take for granted or we don't believe it, but the power of intention. Thank you so much, Shifra, for doing that today. I really feel in my heart that your prayers are powerful. So we always be aware what we're praying for, what we're wishing for, what we're programming our minds for. So yes, Francisco had his hand for a little while. Francisco? Okay, now we can hear.
Yes, thanks. I'm trying to be very brief because so many good things have been shared today. Like Dr. Engman emphasized that what's one thing good for some, it is not for others. For example, ashwagandha is not good for me. It raises my thyroid level. But I just want to bring something that, for example, I experienced it just from tonight, today, that I try to do every day regarding the importance of thoughts. Before I decide to grab a cup of coffee and drink it, I first had to think, I want a cup of coffee. The cup of coffee wouldn't come into my mouth by itself. What I'm trying to say with this, and with something that happened today, I took half a tablet of ashwagandha last night, and I couldn't, instead of helping me, it didn't help. So I just bring again something that Joe Dispenza has taught a lot, as well as Wayne Dyer, and especially there's a media that says talk to yourself like this for just 3 days. That's the title that it's found in YouTube. And for me, it is, I can be eating just the right things. Mung sumbi soup. I can be avoiding those that affect my vata, etc., just the good stuff. But if I'm feeding my mind with thoughts of resentment, with thoughts of anger, oh, he did this to me, oh, he owes me this, etc., just eating the right things won't help. I will continue to live in a survival mode. I will continue to be living with stressful hormones, cortisol, etc. So, and I just started with this, something that was just hurting this part of my mind today. Like I didn't sleep well, I don't know, and just I started to work on my thoughts, and coupled with meditation, etc. So I just wanted to emphasize that I can be doing the best nutrition, but if I don't feed thoughts of loves, good emotions, helping, etc., the other will not help, at least in my case.
Yes, thank you. It's mind, body, and emotions. That's why Ancient Secrets bring it all together. You know, Dr. Naran spoke about all of this. And yeah, it's very important. Thank you so much. Luke, you have your hands up.
I'm smiling because Francisco just said exactly what I was going to say as well. It is so important. You know, in computer programming, there's an expression, it's called garbage in, garbage out. When you feed your program bad code, the program doesn't work properly. And the same thing with our bodies. So when Cornelia was talking about feeding our bodies in what we consume, I agree. But I was going to say exactly what Francisco said. If we're not feeding our minds and our consciousness positive thoughts and a positive way of living, then like he said, I totally agree. You could eat all the best food and take all the best supplements, but still we're not necessarily going to have a healthy body. So I'm just reiterating pretty much what he said, and I totally agree.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Great. Yeah.
Ariella?
Robin?
Oh,
Yeah, really quick, since we just passed 9 o'clock, I would love to get, if you have a link to that story about that near-death experience. That was a really excellent story for me. And I wanted to let you know, kind of bring back the Marma. I have done the What Do You Want Marma in my imagination for people that did not know that I was doing it, for 2 people. And it has profoundly, it brought one out of a coma state that had been in that state for 21 days. And another one went from, they were expecting her to die from 24 to 48 hours because she had sepsis and her body wasn't in a condition to operate. That they were able to actually, she got out of the state so they could operate and clean out the sepsis. And so, you know, if you get the thought to do the Ancient Secrets on somebody in your, you know, Marma works with the intent of the subconscious. And so, you know, you can totally help people if you get the thought to do it.
Do you wanna share really quick when you did for the first case person, what exactly did you do, if you wanted to share that?
So it's the What Do You Want Marma is on your right index finger. You're pressing 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I was told, could I, you know, do healing prayer work for her? And I thought, we're in the middle of the pandemic, so I can't go to the hospital. I can't teach her husband how to do it so he can go to the hospital. So I'm just like, so I close my eyes, I press her imaginary index finger 6 times, and I said, "What do you want? A lot of people really love you, so you might want to come back." And we had just had the review of the the chapter with Rabat and how Dr. Giovanni had they had done this point on her in the hospital. And Dr. Giovanni was on the call, and he's told us about how you are connecting with the subconscious mind. So this is very next day is when I'm told could I pray for her? And so I'm like, oh, I got to try this. And so the next morning, my friend calls up and says she just called her husband. She's fine. And I'm like, well, it doesn't work if you don't try, right? And so it's like it can be that simple to play with these techniques and just see what happens. And nothing happens if you don't try, but miracles can happen when you do.
Yes, is that why we call miracle experiment, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Might as well just play with it and see what works.
Wow.
Ariola?
Yeah, it's real quick. I just wanted to say I love that story. I've heard it before, and the first time I heard that story you shared, Devananda, it changed me. Every time I see an accident or I'm in a line and there's an accident, what that lady saw too was how impatient everybody was, and no one was even thinking about anything else. They were all like, oh no, I'm going to be late for work or whatever. And, it shifted me to every time there's something like that, even if I don't see an ambulance, no matter what, if I just go into sending energy and love, if there is an accident, and every time I see an ambulance go by, I just am like, oh, blessings, it really shifted that because it brought my awareness to it. So I wanted to just say that.
Thank you. Yes, and isn't the prayers very connected to our minds, our thoughts, just like Luke described, like Francisco said? What if we also do those prayers to ourselves?
Yep. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And working with the herbs, with monk soup, all that intention. So it's really powerful. It also changed me when I watched that story. Thank you, Ariola. Karen?
Yeah.
Thank you, Devananda and Gracie.
We have just a few, we passed the hour. Is that okay, Cornelia, if we had one more person sharing?
Yeah, Karen has her hand up, so and then we go into breakout rooms.
Okay, thanks.
Karen?
One of my really close friends, John Royal, was in the hospital dying, and I went to visit him, and he was in a coma. And so I did the marmas on him. I did the head squeeze. I did in between the eyes, under the nose, and what do you want? And I just kept doing it. And then I had to leave because the family wanted to go in the room. And after I left, he woke up and was able to tell them he loved them.
Oh, awesome.
And he and I had done a lot of work on each other. We took healing classes together. So I felt like that was the last thing I could do for him.
Special. Wow.
You see some loving hearts here, Karen. Thank you. And before we go to the breakout room, can we do the heart marma together? Because we had a lot of intentions, a lot of prayers, a lot of work with our minds today. So we have the left hand, and we embrace with the right hand palm. We embrace the thumb with the left hand, and then we close, which forms a heart, right? Can you see? So we bring it close to our heart, we close our eyes, and we set an intention here. And however your intention was for this call, for these new years, all the prayers that Shifra has done it, whatever you sync with it, and repress 6 times. And I say that even if you don't have an intention in mind, but your heart has good intention because you feel that love, you feel that caring for other people, you feel, you know, the happiness, you feel that gratitude to be alive, and you do that marma in the heart too, it helps too. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you so much, everyone, for being in this call with us today. I learn with you every time I come here, and I'm so grateful for you, Dr. Naran, the whole lineage, and we put our hands together in prayer and
Can unmute.
unmute yourself.
I love you and I'm with
Thank you,
you.
Devananda.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Gracie.
Thank you, Gracie.
I love you and I'm with you.
Love you and
Love
I'm
you
with
and I'm
you.
with you.
and I'm
Love
with
you,
you.
Love
Devananda.
you.
You and I'm with you.
Thank you, Shifra.
You
You
and
and
I'm
I'm
with
with
you.
Shifra.
love you, and I'm with
Yes,
Love you and
yes,
I'm with you.
yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Love you and I'm with you.
Share.